Hey everybody, it's Rolly. So if you're catching the replay, #replay, let me know that you're catching the replay. And I wanted to jump in to share with you guys who's talking. So I actually titled this "Look Who's Talking" specifically because I wanted to be able to share who it is that is going to be talking at the conference this year. And so we are just finalizing the actual agenda as to who's talking when and getting those details fired up and all set up. So that is one of the things that we're working on. So if you are on, say hey, let me know that you're here. If you're catching the replay, #replay, and let me know that you are catching the replay. So we have lots of incredible women that are going to be sharing and participating in being able to share their story. So let's kind of take a step back as to what is it that I'm talking about. So I'm talking about if you haven't already heard, because like I'm all over the place, sharing all the different information about the conference coming up. So it's our 5th annual Women Inspiring Women Conference. And this is happening this weekend, and it's all in conjunction with International Women's Day. So International Women's Day is March 8th, and the conference is always around that and around that date, around that weekend. So it'll be the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And so it's a full 3-day event. We have lots of incredible women that are coming forward to share their information. And what we're talking about this year is dreaming. So what is their dream? What is it that they had dreamed about? What is it that they've dreamed about and have been able to accomplish? And some of people's realizations, or some of the people's getting to the other side, has come with some sort of challenge or some sort of difficulty that they needed to overcome, that they needed to work through in order to be able to get there. So I'm going to share about the speakers. They may not necessarily be in the order that I actually share them. I'm just going to share them out based on my list that I have here. And so they may or may not be in the right order. And so that's kind of where it is that we're talking about. So the first person that I'm going to share about is Christy. And so Christy is, so it's Christy Sullivan. And so her topic title, or her speaking topic, is Stop Overworking and Start Overflowing. And so that is one of the things that she's going to be talking about. And so Christy is she actually uses human design in order to be able to function in her world and function in the capacity. So if you're not sure what human design is a combination of, and I don't remember what they all are, so I can't remember exactly what they all are, but I love human design. I love the way that they explain things, but it is I Ching, astrology, and something else. So there's 3 things that are combined into one that have that make the components of human design. So she's going to be talking about that. She's going to be talking about how she's used that and implemented that in her life so that she can actually flow through life, as opposed to just doing a whole lot of overworking. And so I'm really excited to be able to connect with, I personally love connecting with human design, even though it's not something that I'm completely fluent in. It is something that I really love in terms of that. So, but she's going to be sharing how to be able to stop overworking and start overflowing is one of the conversations that we're going to be having. And then the next person that's on my list is Diane Cunningham. So Diane is going to be sharing about Build a Brave Business. And so she talks about how she's used what it is that she's done to be able to create this brave business. And she's going to be able to share some different tips. So if you've been kind of like on the fence of like, oh, I want to be able to start something, you may get some really cool tips from Diane. And so I'm looking forward to hearing what she has to share. And so the next person on my list is Sarah Purcell. So Sarah is from Fearful to Fierce. And so that's one of the things that she's going to be sharing is her journey of going from that fearfulness into fierceness. And she uses a lot of body strengthening. So she focuses a lot on being able to be strong and being able to achieve those steps. But she's going from fearful to fierce. And so I'm really looking forward to that connection. So I know that there's some connection around menopause. And so she may have some incredible things for some of us that are a little older to be connecting to. And as we actually age, that's one of the things that happens is our bone density becomes lower. And so that's also really helpful. So I'm looking forward to hearing from Sarah. And the next person that is on the list is Amelie Chaput. So Am, if I'm not mistaken, was in our 3rd annual conference. So I'm pretty sure she was speaking in our 3rd conference. And so Believe and You Will Achieve is what it is that she's going to be sharing. So she's going to be talking and sharing her own journey of where she started, where she was going, and being able to have that believe and achieve kind of mindset, and talking about how to be able to come from that place. So she will be sharing. And so Am usually comes from a place of sharing from vulnerability and her own experiences. And so that's one of the things that is happening there. And I have Melissa Levier is next, but I don't have her. For whatever reason, I didn't put that in the list as to what her topic is. So I know what it is that she's sharing. She's sharing her journey of going from postpartum into being able to be brave enough to start her own business. But I just want to go and find her title of what it is that she's sharing. So she is sharing. So the title of her topic is Living My Dream After Healing from Postpartum Depression and Anxiety. So that is what it is that she's sharing. And so if you're local to us, you know that Melissa is going to be coming and sharing from that place of her new business that she has just opened up, which is called Earthside Acres. And so she's going to be sharing about how that journey has come to be, with some of the challenges that she's had throughout. So she actually talks about her challenges that she had with her mom dying when she was at a very young age, and her postpartum responses dealing with anxiety. And yeah, so like just being able to have started a new business with all that is pretty incredible. Again, I think. So the next person that is on the list, so that was Melissa. Did I miss somebody? I'm feeling like I missed somebody. No, not yet. Okay, so we're good. And then the next person that we have that's on the list is Dr. Christine Melinda. So Christine is going to be sharing the wealthiest version of you. And so this is something that she has been working on being able to create. So she's the creator of spiritual prosperity. And so what she's going to be talking about is how to be able to get that wealthier version of you, how to be able to get to that next step, how to be able to get to the other side. And so so it says here that her mission from a very young age has been to, and I'm really excited to be able to learn a little bit more from from Christine as well, from Dr. Christine. So her mission from a young age has been to show the way for the world to live as happy, healthy, and holy human beings. So I'm really, really excited to be able to learn more from her. And so I am next on this list. And so my topic is Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And so I'm going to be talking to you about my journey and how some of the struggles of being able to achieve my dream, being able to get to that other side. And so where there's a will, there's a way. And obviously that's not my quote, but it is something that I'm going to be sharing about how I had my own journey. Hey, Barbara, how are you? And so the next person that is on the list is Penny Tremblay. So Penny is going to be sharing Create a Circle of Dreamers with Pero. And so she's going to be sharing her experience, how she's been able to propel, how she's been able to actually go and become and become international in her business and being able to connect that way. So, and one of the things that is incredible is that Penny is coming back. She was one of our very first speakers that joined us in our first year. And so she's actually coming back in this 5th year. So I'm pretty excited about that. And so when we were talking and I had pointed out that, like, hey, you were at our first year and now you're going to be at the 5th. And she said she'll be back for the 10th and the 15th and the 20th. So I'm really excited to be able to have Penny there to be able to share her journey and how things have actually come for her. And so there's still time to register, and I still have a couple more, no, one more speaker, I guess, 2 more speakers. And so Sarah is the next one. And so, but there is still time to register. If you haven't yet registered and you're on the fence, it's definitely something that you do not want to miss. It's definitely something that you want to be able to participate in and join us. And so one of the things that, and before I actually introduce Sarah and Jennifer, is one of the things that I wanted to point out is that a lot of people say, okay, yeah, but I've been to other summits. And like, this is not a summit. This is a conference where we actually get together. And so even though it's virtual, it is still something that allows us to be able to connect with each other and having those conversations and having that connection as to what it is that we're offering, what it is that we're doing. And so, but we actually get to have interactions. So we actually get to meet and connect with the other women that are actually attending. So it's not just listening to some people talking. There are different activities, different times when we're going to be able to get together and learn something, do something physical and or emotional or physical or mental, or there's lots of different things that are actually going on. And I'm not going to go through all those different activities and different events. I'm just focusing specifically on the speakers. And so the next person that's on the list is another Sarah. So Sarah Charbonneau. She is going to be sharing her journey of being a healer at heart. And so she's going to be talking about how she came to be into her own practice and the things that she does and how she's able to share that. So I'm really excited to be able to have Sarah join us and share that information. And so Jennifer is, so Jen Jim, Coach Jen Jim, she is the last one on the list of people that we have joining us in terms of speakers. We also have other women that are actually participating and joining us in different sectors and connections as well. And so Jennifer is going to be sharing Find Your Voice, Saying No Without Guilt. And so that is such a huge, huge topic. We often forget that no is a complete sentence. We can actually say N-O, period, nothing else. And so, but this is something that many women have a lot of challenges with, that we actually have difficulty being able to say no. And if we do say no, then we have to have a million excuses or a million reasons as to why we're saying no. And so I'm really excited to be able to connect with Jen on that as well, and having to hear what her message is. So anyway, those are our speakers. And so I will actually share the link in here. So if you want to go and take a look at the conference information and or signing up. So there, like I said, there is still time to sign up. You have until Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Inspiring, whoops. In 2022. So this is the link to being able to sign up. I've shared more in detail about each one of the speakers on my page inside my group. So like if there is something that you want to be able to get to know more in detail in terms of one of the speakers, there's definitely some things to be able to get there. And of course, we're going to have our Telegram group where we're going to be able to connect with each other prior to the conference, as well as throughout the conference, and then again afterwards. So we have lots of ways of being able to stay connected. But the biggest component is, like, as much as we get from the speakers, is the biggest component is about that community and connecting with each other and having that sense of community. And I know that the feedback always is about that sense of community. And so that's one of the things that I hold very dear. So last year when we did when we actually went virtual for the first time, that was one of the things that we had actually talked about, was that connection to being able to connect with each other and having that opportunity. And the feedback always is about being able to have that connection. So you'll have the opportunity to connect with the speakers. You'll have the opportunity to connect with each other. There'll be different activities that we're going to be doing. And so, yeah, so it's Friday evening from 6 until 10. And then from Saturday from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. And then, of course, we've got lunch and dinner break. And then the other is Sunday from 10 until 6, I believe. And so one of the things that is really incredible is being able to have those connections. Like I said, like that is huge in terms of being able to connect and having that community and supporting each other. And it is so incredible how much that we actually take from the speakers, how much that we actually take from the other women that are actually participating. So I'm really super excited. I'm super excited to be joining. I'm super excited to be participating in this weekend. And I always enjoy being able to learn from each one of my colleagues who are actually going to be speaking and sharing their journey. And like I said, so if you have not yet registered, you definitely want to. So it's $97 to be able to join for the weekend, or you can sign up for the VIP, which also provides you the recordings. So you get that. And about a week after the conference, because there's some goodies that are going to be added, and so we're going to have the iDream box that is actually going to be shipped out to you as well. And this year I'm doing it a little bit different, is that you're also going to be able to have certain choices. So there's going to be certain things that you actually get to choose as to what it is that you want to be able to put in there. So I am super excited. I'm super stoked, as you can tell, as you can see in my voice. And so, yeah, I'm super, super excited and super stoked. And so over the next couple of days, I will be sharing the actual agenda so that whether you can actually see who's speaking when. And of course, it's always subject to change depending on, because sometimes life happens and sometimes we need to kind of shift things around. And so, but yeah, so that's one of the things that are happening, and I'm super excited and super stoked and can't wait to be able to share this journey with all of you. And so if you are returning, I'm really excited to be able to have you guys come back and join us. So I will chat with all of you guys later and talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.